I'm putting 4 dash cams on my windscreen to see which has the best 4K quality, and this might now just be the best protected vehicle in the country. And the dash cams I'm testing? Well, this is the 70mm 4K dashcam range, a collection of 4 cameras that each take a slightly different approach to capturing your drive, but all in ultra high definition. We've got the 4K Omni, the T800, the M800, and the A800 SE, all offering true 4K image quality and each tailored for a specific type of driver and budget. If you're new to the brand, 70mm have been selling dashcams globally for nearly 10 years and use specialist software to get the most out of their cameras. And just so you know, they've kindly sent me these dashcams so I can make this video, though, as always, all the thoughts and opinions are my own. If you'd like to find out more or grab one of the featured dashcams for yourself, I've put affiliate links for all the major retailers in the description below. With that out of the way, let's take a look at what makes true 4K different and see how these 4 dashcams perform when it comes to image quality, detail, and real-world usability. So what exactly is true 4K and why does it matter? True 4K means the footage is captured natively at 3840 by 2160 pixels using a sensor that's at least 8 megapixels in size. There's no software upscaling and no artificial stretching, just genuine sensor resolution. Some cheaper dashcams use a smaller 2 to 5 megapixel sensor and then digitally upscale the video to appear 4K. It might look sharp at first glance, but when you pause or zoom in, the lack of real detail becomes obvious. For example, in fake 4K footage, license plates often look fuzzy, faces lose definition, and road signs are unreadable, especially in low light. With true 4K, which all 4 of these 70mm dashcams have, every pixel carries real data. So how do the 70mm dashcams achieve their true 4K resolution? The 4K Omni, T800 and M800 use Sony's latest Starvis 2 IMX 678 sensor. The A800 SE, on the other hand, uses an advanced 8 megapixel CMOS sensor designed to make true 4K affordable for more drivers whilst still producing authentic Ultra HD footage. All of these models also record HDR or high dynamic range footage, which balances exposure between bright and dark areas. Even if you're driving directly into sunlight or through a tunnel, important details like number plates and road markings stay visible. Finally, 70mm's own software does a lot of the heavy lifting. Their MyColor Vivid Plus solution software intelligently adjusts color temperature and sharpness, giving realistic, vibrant footage during the day, while Night Owl Vision refines exposure and noise at night to produce cleaner, more reliable recordings. And LumiVision automatically detects ambient light changes and switches to full color night mode, ensuring suspicious activities are captured in detail during parking and critical evidence isn't missed. Together, this collaboration between hardware and software features on top of true 4K footage means that you're probably going to get some of the best footage possible from these 70mm cameras. Now let's go through each camera, and I will have full in-depth review videos on each of these dashcams up on my channel soon, so this is more of a rundown of all the key details you need to know about. Now let's start with the 4K Omni. In the box you're getting the dashcam itself with its immediately striking modern spherical design and a rotating lens that can spin a full 360 degrees around your car. There's a small square screen on one side with the lens on the other and a tilting mount for getting the right shooting angle. There's also a full HD rear camera and long cable, a car charger, a USB-A to USB-C cable for power, instructions, spare sticky pads, a cable tidying tool and electrostatic stickers. There's also a circular polarizing filter available for it too, which will help reduce glare further. In use, the rotating 4K Omni is a fun, more informal take on dashcams with a smiley face personality greeting you. It's small too, fitting in the palm of your hand, so it won't take up too much space on your windscreen. One of its standout features is AI alerts and motion detection. If a potential hazard is detected while driving, you'll get an alert on the screen, and while parked, the 4K Omni will automatically rotate the lens towards the action, tracking it in full 4K detail. It's worth noting here that although it's called a 360 degree camera, it has this label because it can rotate in a full circle. It doesn't record 360 degrees of footage all the time. In reality, it's more like a 130 to 140 degree view from the lens at any one time, which is still very wide. Overall, it's playful, unique, compact, and is perfect for anyone who wants a premium dashcam with a bit of character. Next up we have the T800. This is a 3-channel dashcam giving you front, rear and interior coverage, and both front and rear cameras record in true 4K. In the box you've got the T800 dashcam unit, which has a nice big screen beside a protruding silver rotating camera lens which films inside the vehicle in 1080 Full HD quality. On the other side of the dashcam you've got the front facing 4K lens which tilts up and down. The T800 is a little bit bulkier, but as this is one of 70mi's flagship models, you get the feel of its premium build. The 4K rear view camera is larger and feels a little bit more robust than the 4K Omni's rear cam. There's a sticky pad mount to attach to the windscreen, the usual cables for power and connecting the cameras, and an optional CPL filter too. As well as instructions, sticky pads and static stickers, you'll also get a 512GB microSD card with the T800, which is a huge capacity but needed to capture 3 dashcams with 2 of those at 4K. Inside, the cabin camera uses a mixture of colour and infrared night vision, which works impressively whether it's daytime or for low light interior monitoring. In my testing, the HDR really shines here. In challenging situations like moving between bright and dark scenes, the T800 maintains a balanced exposure. You can still see lane markings and number plates without either overexposure or crushed shadows. The T800 really is complete top of the range protection for the vehicle from the front, rear and inside. The M800 takes a different approach to being a dashcam. It's compact, discreet and stylishly minimalist. Despite being small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, it still packs in the same 678 sensor as the previous models, recording the front in 4K and Full HD from the rear cam. You get the same cables and accessories, plus some stickers and a guide for connecting to the app. But one thing I do especially like about the M800 is the sturdy metal windscreen mount it comes with. It's a sleek design which holds the camera in place very well, and yes, there's a polarizing filter available too. The image quality is also very good. You can pick out number plates, road markings and important info with ease. It also includes 70mi's upgraded IQ algorithm, which intelligently sharpens moving objects like number plates or street signs while reducing motion blur. What really makes it practical though is the 128GB of built-in eMMC storage. This means you don't need a separate SD card. Simply power it on and it starts recording. Because it's so small, it's also ideal for theft prevention. It blends neatly into the car's interior, providing constant surveillance without drawing attention. Last but not least, there's the A800 SE, positioned as the simple and solid entry point to 70mi's 4K lineup. It's a dual-channel dashcam, recording in true 4K on the front camera and 1080 at the rear, and kind of looks like a pared-down T800 as it's lacking that interior-facing lens. Along with the 1080 rear camera, you've got the full set of usual accessories in the box too, and the optional CPL filter available as well. The A800 SE uses a high-quality 8MP CMOS sensor, delivering real 4K resolution with vibrant, accurate colour and solid performance in low light. The large aperture lens and HDR processing will help this dashcam capture bright, clear images at day or at night. The only thing you're really lacking with this cheaper option is software enhancements. The A800 SE does have beefed up night vision, but lacks the MyColor Vivid, Night Owl and Lumi Vision upgrades that the Omni, T800 and M800 have. Like the previous 3 cameras however, it's easy to install and straightforward to use, making it ideal for first-time dashcam owners or anyone upgrading from a basic HD unit. All 4 of these dashcams can be installed very easily and you'll have no problem doing it yourself. They've each got sticky pad mounts, so make sure the windscreen is clean and then, when you've found where you want it to go, line the dashcam up and stick it down. Remove the dashcam from the mount and press the mount further to ensure it's properly bonded. As I'm fitting 4 dashcams simultaneously, these are all going right next to each other in a clear spot on my windscreen where I can film them easily, but you may want yours nearer the middle of the vehicle or hidden behind the mirror a bit. Just make sure that they don't obstruct your line of sight while driving. To power the dashcam, use the provided cable, plugging it into the 12-volt adapter and then into your vehicle's 12-volt port, and the camera will now turn on whenever you start the vehicle. If you've got cables hanging in the way, these can be tucked into the trim to avoid blocking visibility or getting caught on things. In my case, I can push it easily into the headliner above me, but it doesn't go so easily into the plastic pillar covers. In most vehicles, you can remove door seals, pop off bits of the trim, feed the cables through and snap them back in place. To properly compare image quality, I tested all 4 cameras in a variety of real-world situations so you can get an idea of how they perform in the same conditions. Up first is in bright daylight. This is one of the most basic of shooting conditions, especially when it's cloudy and there aren't many shadows, though full sunlight does create a challenge with extreme light and dark spots. Across the board though, the HDR processing kept highlights controlled and shadows well defined. Colours were rich, but overall realistic on all cameras. In cloudy conditions, all the dash cams managed well, and a top tip is to make sure that your camera is pointing mostly at the road instead of the sky, so that the camera's setting its brightness on what you actually want to capture. Ultimately, it doesn't matter if the clouds are too bright, as long as the road around is captured well. When changing from light to dark, all models managed excellent exposure control, and this was pretty much instant, avoiding too many blown out highlights. As with any camera in these conditions, there was a bit of glare, but this was reduced by the polarizing filters. At night, the differences became more noticeable. I think the Omni and T800's night hour vision produced the cleanest, sharpest low-light footage, while the A800 SE still held its own, capturing well-lit images even in dim conditions. Ultimately though, night conditions are very difficult for any camera, and dashcams have to deal with extremes from total darkness to bright glare from headlights. In rain and mist, reflections and glare from headlights and streetlights were generally kept under control, and water droplets didn't cause the image to flare or distort any more than you'd usually expect. While stationary or parked, the dash cams are all able to capture video or time-lapse footage, and I'll explain how to access the parking modes a little later in the video, so do stick around for that. As this video is all about comparing 4K footage, I'm not going to go too deeply into the rear camera quality, as this video is already getting quite long. What you do need to know is that the M800, the Omni and the A800 SE all have Full HD rear cameras which do a great job. However, the T800 has a 4K rear camera, so has the edge in this area. I'll cover the rear cameras in much more detail in the individual dashcam videos which will be out shortly after this video. There are a few features that are worth knowing about when buying and setting up a dashcam. Dashcams often come with parking modes, and all of the 70mm cameras featured here do too. First though, you'll need to hardwire your chosen dashcam to your vehicle's internal fuses. This allows the dashcam to always access a bit of power from the vehicle's battery in case it needs it. You can also get an external battery from 70mm specifically to help with powering your dashcam for the parking mode, which I'll have a much more in-depth video on, and all the possibilities that provides shortly after this video is released, so do subscribe for that. To hardwire your dashcam, you'll first need a hardwire kit, which you can get from 70mm. They have a standard one and also a 4G one, which you can pop a SIM card in and monitor your dashcam remotely through their app. I'll pop a link to them both in the description below. The hardwire kit consists of a red, yellow and black ground wire. To save this video getting far too long, I've created a complete step-by-step guide on how to hardwire a device to your vehicle's fuses, which you should see a link to in the top right corner, and I'll also link to it in the description below if you want to try this for yourself. Once the dashcam is hardwired, you can use the parking mode setting, which provides 24-hour monitoring. All the dashcams offer parking recording durations of 2 hours to unlimited, and options for collision detection and time-lapse recording, whilst the T800 and 4K Omni also offer motion detection as well. The final feature worth knowing about is the 70mm app, which lets you access dashcam controls and settings straight from your phone. The caveat to this is that if you have the dashcam plugged into your 12-volt port or powered using the standard hardwire kit, then you'll need to be next to the dashcam as it's only a local connection. If you have the 4G hardwire kit installed and have added a SIM card, which you'll have to pay for separately from a network provider, then you'll be able to access the dashcam remotely provided there's signal where you've parked your car. So how much will getting one of these 4 70mm dashcams set you back? The A800 SE is the cheapest of the bunch, with an RRP of around £110 or $130. Then the M800 RRPs at around £170 or $200. The 4K Omni comes in third most expensive with an RRP of £300 or $350. And as expected, the T800 is the most expensive thanks to its dual 4K and internal Full HD lens with an RRP of around £400 or $450. These prices do all vary though, so do keep an eye out for discounts and sales. If you'd like to get one for yourself, I've put affiliate links to all the major retailers in the description below, which help support this channel. So which dashcam should you choose? The answer to that question really depends on personal preference, but my thoughts are that if you want a premium experience with unique 360-degree recording, AI tracking, and striking design, the 4K Omni is the one to go for. If you need full protection, front, rear and cabin with outstanding low-light performance and have the budget, the T800 is hard to beat. For those who want something compact and minimal, with high-end 4K quality in a discreet design, the M800 offers the perfect balance of convenience and clarity. But if you're on a budget and you want genuine 4K resolution, the A800 SE provides incredible value without sacrificing performance. Ultimately, whichever model you choose, you're getting that authentic 4K footage, powered by Sony's advanced sensors and 70mm image processing. As with many things in life, and especially tech though, the more money you're willing to spend, the better the quality, which is why the T800 is the best for quality overall. If you've made it this far in the video, firstly thanks, but I'd love to hear which dashcam you'd buy if you had an unlimited budget. Would it be one of these 70mm ones or a different brand completely? Let me know in the comments below. Across the range, I have to say that 70mm has achieved something that few dashcam makers manage. A combination of real 4K resolution, intelligent software and practical design at every price point. Each of these cameras produce sharp, detailed and colour accurate footage that looks great whether it's day or night, sunny or stormy. The build quality and user experience are excellent for all of them, and 70mm's focus on safety and image clarity is really promising. The only thing I'd love to see is an upgrade to 2K rear cameras, but the current ones still do a really good job of capturing the road behind you. If you've enjoyed this video and think I've earned it, please take a moment to like the video, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to be the first to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching.